Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Today, I want to talk to you guys and do some Q&A, answer some questions. So if you're watching this by replay on YouTube or Facebook, stay tuned. Hopefully, there's some great questions that will be asked today. We'll answer some things. So most of you guys know I help people with relationships, life coaching. I do executive coaching for business leaders. I've been doing business coaching with entrepreneurs. I've been doing so many great things, having a lot of fun. So today, I want to do Q&A. I want to help people. I want to answer some questions. I've done some LinkedIn coaching. I've done some great things. Even just today, I've had some great conversations. I've done everything from LinkedIn to executive to business coaching to relationship coaching just today. And I'm excited to share some things with you guys today. So I got a couple questions I wrote down that people have asked me, but I'd love to hear your questions. So if you're in here, say something. I'd love to share some comments. I'm here live with StreamYard. That's the app I'm using. If anybody's interested and wants to know more information about that, feel free to reach out to me. I think you notice when I go live, I got my logo up here somewhere. There it is. And it's live with StreamYard. So great app. Excited to use it. I'm live on YouTube and I'm live on Facebook. If you aren't following me on YouTube, follow me on YouTube as well, at Lucas Tyndale. Also, shout out to my wife, at Corinne Tyndale. I got to figure out what her YouTube name is. Anyway, follow my wife, at Corinne Marie, at Love Corinne Marie on Instagram. Check her out, ladies. She's doing some new clothing. She's killing it. So, ladies, if you're interested, check that out. Men, if you want to get your lady something unique and different, check that out as well. But today, I just want to answer some questions. So again, please jump in. If it's a business question, maybe you're starting a business. I talked to somebody about that today. We went through some things they can do. You're trying to grow your business, grow your brand. You're trying to improve your career. You're like, how do I move up? How do I make moves in my career? I can answer those questions. Relationships. Maybe you're single and you're like, I'm sick of being single. Tired of it. 2020 is supposed to be my year and we halfway through January and ain't no prospects. I can help you with that. Okay. So we can talk about those things. Or maybe you're in a relationship and you've been having some issues, trying to figure out what's wrong, what's going on. I definitely want to help you guys with that as well. So we will talk about that today on today's show. Okay. So I will start. If I don't have any comments, let me make sure I'm not missing anything. If you have a question, please put it in the comments. I should be able to see your comments here on StreamYard. I certainly hope. I think that works well. But I'm going to turn on my live as well. Make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, I'm going to turn that volume down. Okay, so one question I'm going to answer. Biggest problem in relationships. People ask me all the time, what's the biggest problem in relationships? Now, there are a lot of problems in relationships, okay? First of all, relationships are hard. Let me start by saying relationships are hard. Nobody prepares us. Nobody tells us that this junk is almost abnormal to have a healthy relationship. We certainly see it's abnormal in American culture today, because people don't stay together, okay? There's also some biological things, some animal things going on inside of us that is causing people to not always be faithful. That is no excuse. There's a great documentary on Netflix called Explained. There's an episode on monogamy. Check that out. Fascinating stuff. That does not give anybody a license to cheat, okay, at all. But it does talk about some of the issues with monogamy. I believe monogamy, as in being in a relationship with one other person, I believe the key to monogamy is a spiritual relationship. It's a relationship with God and knowing that you're doing it for a reason. You're doing it as unto God. Marriage is under God. That is all a God thing. Outside of a God thing, it's a struggle. It's a struggle with God. It's definitely a struggle without God. So it's a God thing. Okay. So it's a connection to God. It's an honoring God. I'm going to do something that's not satisfying my flesh or my body. Okay, we talking in church, we say terms like the flesh. The flesh ain't talking about your skin. It's talking about your hormones, your biology, your chemistry, your physiology. Okay, it's talking about all the stuff going on. God knows what's going on in the brain and in the heart and what's going on physically and hormonally. God understood all that because he made us. He's the manufacturer of man, the manufacturer of woman, right? So he knows what's going on. So when he said live by the Spirit, he was saying, I know you're going to struggle in your flesh, as in chemically, not just your physical body, all right, but chemically, hormonally. He knew we'd have struggles, so he asked us to live above that. He challenged us to lean on him to live above that. So a lot of times in relationships, people are struggling with hormones, chemistry, desires, lust, things that they're not addressing, things that nobody told you about. I mean, they told you when you become a teenager, like you're going to have hormones and don't have sex and all of that stuff. But people don't prepare us well for that battle that continues. And it doesn't stop because you got in a relationship. Your hormones don't turn off. Your desires don't turn off. It's a spiritual thing to live above that. Okay. So I want you guys to be thinking about that. I want you guys to be conscious of that. So that's on the relationship side. Shout out to everybody who's in the Relationship Fitness Center for Singles, our special private group. My wife and I are throwing workouts in there. We're stretching people. We're strengthening people. We're helping people get fit for relationships, not physically fit, but mentally, spiritually, and emotionally fit for relationships. A lot of people have not dug into the baggage and the issues and thought about the things we're talking about. And we're just going to do more and more in that group. We're super excited about it. Sometimes I post, sometimes my wife posts, sometimes we're doing different things. We're going to go live in that group as well and answer some questions and do some things for those members as well. If you're interested in that, inbox me. All right. Any other questions? If you got questions, give me your questions. Otherwise, I'm going to keep going. All right. So another question I get a lot is, how do I excel in my career? How do I move up in my company? Or how do I, position myself for success in my career? Well, first I would say, stop talking about what you ain't going to do. Okay, too many people are talking about what they ain't gonna do and what they don't pay me enough to do, and I deserve more money. If they paid me more, I'd do more. No. If you do more, they'll pay you more. You got it backwards. I don't know who told you this. For generations and generations and generations, people worked really hard for pennies, literally pennies. Like when people started making $1 a day, that was crazy. Henry Ford introduced $1 a day. Then he introduced $5 a day. People on his executive board quit. Henry Ford's executives, some of them quit because they were like $5 a day. You're crazy. We can't afford to pay people that much. And so now and they worked hard. Now we got people, we sitting around, you on the phone all day, you ain't doing much physical labor. A lot of people's jobs aren't that physical. And we're complaining, saying what we're not going to do. Stop telling your boss what you're not going to do. Stop telling your coworkers what you're not going to do. Because some of those same coworkers that listen to your sob stories about what you're not going to do, when they go talk to the boss, they make sure they let them know, well, Sarah said she ain't gonna do nothing. Jim, yeah, we cool, man. Jim, he ain't interested in that thing because he already told me he's not gonna do something. All right. So we got to know that. We got to understand that you got to stop talking about what you're not going to do and start figuring out what you are going to do. One thing I always did when I worked at companies was I came up with new ideas. Now, a lot of people come up with new ideas and they fall in love with their idea. Their idea is not an idea. It's their baby. And nobody better talk about your baby. And nobody better say your baby is not cute or not, your baby is ugly in a sense, right? So they come up, they have a baby, they don't have an idea. And then when they present their baby to the business or their coworkers or whoever it may be, and people don't like it, they're offended that you don't like my baby. You said my baby is ugly? My idea is my baby. And people will even say that. This is my baby. That project is my baby. Stop having babies and start having ideas at work. Don't make everything your baby. Okay, because if somebody doesn't like it, you'll be offended. And if you're offended, you won't share new ideas. You want to continue to have ideas. You want to continue to share ideas. You're going to share ideas at work and they're going to reject them. They're going to blow them off. I've given businesses, this is a true story. I've given businesses $1 million ideas and they don't listen. Recently, I've told businesses some stuff. I've met with some business owners. I'm like, if you did this, this, and this, you really kill it. And they're like, yeah, that's a good idea. That sounds good. But then they don't do it because they don't have the mindset to change and do something different. I just sent an email to a company today, some people I'm doing some work with. I said, I got some great ideas for marketing. This company does some really cool, exciting stuff. They do these crazy, adventurous leadership experiences. They like take you out to like the Grand Canyon, Argentina, Israel, crazy outdoor hiking up mountain leadership experiences, crazy stuff, right? So I'm learning about this stuff. I'm like, man, I got some ideas on how you should make that go. Why don't people know about this? Why don't more people know that a company in Ohio is taking people to Israel and Argentina and soon Australia, and they're taking people to Grand Canyon and they're doing these amazing leadership experiences. They're doing couples experiences. So, I'm going to talk to them about that. Amazing stuff. Send them an email. I watched the webinar. I sent one of the head people, hey, we got to talk about this because more people should know about this. Okay. And they said, cool, we're going to talk about it. So we'll see. I think they will. We'll see what happens. But keep sharing ideas. Now, I don't even really work for that company. I'm contracting. I'm going to do work for that company through my company, Tyndale Training, right? But I continue to share ideas. And I've always done that in companies I've worked with and people I've worked for. Keep sharing ideas. And they might reject 9 out of 10 of them. That's cool. Keep sharing them. Okay. Because one day some of those ideas will get through. They'll realize that you're a thought leader. They'll realize that you're thoughtful. They'll realize that you care about the company, and they'll start to see you in a different light, because leaders are visionaries. They're strategists. So when you show them that you have a vision for the company beyond your job, and you have a strategy for the company beyond your current responsibilities, then they see you as being somebody who can do more. Okay. Donzel Williams, what's up? What's up, man? What's up? What's up? So if anybody has any questions, please make sure you share your questions. I'd love to hear your questions. I'd love to answer some questions here this evening. Okay. All right, Tiffany, you agree. Thank you. Thank you for chiming in, Tiffany. Yeah, you got to do above and beyond. Stop saying what you ain't going to do. And everybody around you, all your coworkers, they get together. We ain't doing this. We ain't doing that. I'm sick of this. They don't pay me enough. Keep nodding and smiling with them if you want to. I would get away from that crowd. I am not interested in what we're not going to do. I was always willing to do what other people weren't willing to do. And that's how I always got promoted in jobs, because I wasn't the one saying what I wasn't going to do. And I got money for it later. Maybe not now, maybe not in the moment. Maybe they weren't paying me enough today, but eventually I made that money. That's what it was. I wasn't the smartest person. I wasn't the best at my job. I was good. I was smart. Yes. But I was a hard worker. People talk about the grind all the time. If you're not grinding at work and you think you're going to become an entrepreneur and the grind is going to take you over because you watch Gary Vee or you watching people online, it ain't. If you're not a hard worker at work, you're not going to be a hard worker on your own business, because there's nobody to tell you what to do. There's nobody to tell you. Right now, when I decided in my mind, I'm going to go live tonight, right? I got tired. I had to run around and get my son from practice. We're busy. Okay, I'm tired. I get up at 4 something in the morning to go to the gym. I'm tired. Okay. But I was like, I need to do this because I want to share with my audience. I want to let people know. I want to share some advice. I want to give back. I have a lot of paid clients who are paying me, but I want to do some things for free to give back. So here I am. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm building my own business and it's going well. I'm having a level of success that is surprising a lot of people, and I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. Okay. It's really about to go. Good evening, Caleb. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Love to have any questions you have. Career, life, relationships, LinkedIn, any questions anybody has that I might be able to answer. Some of you may have seen me talking about LinkedIn, and you may be having some questions about that, and you're like, I don't know. Well, I'm giving some free advice tonight, so ask your questions. I'm going to put a comment up here. Tiffany Horn said, there's a program that will be on January 30th about a business opportunity to become an entrepreneur, and I'm thinking about going to share my ideas. Tiffany, go for it. Go share them ideas. What's stopping you? That's another thing. People don't take risks. People don't do anything different. They want something different, but they don't do anything different. Successful people do things that unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Are you willing to get outside your comfort zone? And shout out to my wife. My wife is an introvert. Okay, she's shy, she's quiet. If you know my wife, say, raise your hand, wave, say amen, tell me you know what I'm talking about. She's a quieter person. She's very sweet. Sometimes people think she's stuck up or something. She's like, I'm just quiet. She's reserved. She loves everybody. She's just quiet, right? So she came to me and she said, babe, I need you to help me be more outgoing. How do you do it? How do you make friends everywhere you go? How do you talk to people everywhere you go? Crazy part is, when I was younger, I was very quiet. I was very shy. I was very reserved. I think God, he kind of got me out of that somehow. Hey, Jake, how you doing? He got me out of that. And I'm grateful, but it's not bad if you're quiet. Your personality. Listen, I've said this many times. I learned it from the great Bishop Joey Johnson at the House of the Lord in Akron, a brilliant guy, took classes there, systematic theology for years under Bishop Johnson. Bishop Johnson said, personality does not dictate skill set. Personality does not dictate skill set. Your natural personality does not dictate the skill set you can develop to get to where you want to go. So you may be an introvert, but you can develop the skill set of an extrovert and learn how to work a room and meet a crowd and walk in and say hi. I smile a lot when I walk into the room. I got some braces one time, some years ago, because I was a little less confident. So I did something to help with that. But meanwhile, even when I didn't have my teeth together, I was still meeting and greeting people. I was a little insecure, true, but I had to get outside of my comfort zone to have the success that I wanted to have. Kayla said, she's so inspiring. We'll throw that up there. Kayla said, she's so inspiring. You must be talking about my beautiful, wonderful wife, right, Kayla? You know my wife, right? She is super inspiring. Her story is amazing. My wife is making movies, y'all. She wrote books. Movies are next, okay? Movies are coming. So y'all check out my wife, follow my wife, support her. Shout her out. There's gonna be some movies coming in the future by Corinne Marie. Y'all know Tyler Perry? Yeah, he doing big stuff. My wife gonna be there. She's gonna be at the studios or making her own studios. I don't know. It's gonna be amazing. I support her, love her. She's amazing. Kayla's shouting out my wife. She said she's so inspiring. So again, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Thank you guys who have joined the broadcast. I have some people here live on YouTube, and I have some people here live on Facebook. Thank you for being with me. I know sometimes when somebody's live, you feel like, do I get into the broadcast? Do I want to say something? Do I just peek in kind of from the outside? You like outside on Facebook? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Chuck, come in, say hello, throw up a comment, ask a question. Welcome to the show. I'd love to have you. Okay. So let's do some things different. That's another thing. Somebody has a question that they're not asking. So many people don't get what they need because they don't ask the questions they need to ask. Because they're like, it's kind of weird. I don't want to ask. Or I don't want to ask in front of people. Successful people do things that unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Free advice tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, free advice. So if you have any questions about anything, please ask. I'd love to help. Okay, so how do you excel? So stop. I made a note on how you excel in your career. Stop listening to Tommy and Cole. Somebody tell me, anybody know where Tommy and Cole is from? What show is Tommy and Cole? Somebody shout out where Tommy and Cole is from. Somebody please tell me. Anybody know a show? There was two guys named Tommy and Cole who was always giving their friend advice. Okay, great show, came on in the 90s, comes on still, many shows, comes on many channels right now. Tommy and Cole, somebody must know, right? Somebody, come on. I would like help. All right, Tiffany, let me know. Let me know how I can help you. Ask a question. I can help you. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Angelica. Thank you. Martin, thank you for answering the question. You win. Thank you. Martin, Tommy and Cole. Remember on Martin, Tommy and Cole was always giving Martin bad advice all the time. Tiffany said, Martin, she got it. Always giving Martin bad advice. Okay. That's what many of us have. We have Tommy's and Cole. Tommy ain't got no job, man. Tommy ain't even got no job, right? But people are listening to Tommy and Cole. You're listening to these friends that don't have the same ambition. They don't have the same goals. They're not going where you're going. No disrespect to them, but they're just not doing what you're doing. And you're listening to these people. Stop listening to Tommy and Cole. Stop listening to those friends with the bad advice. Stop listening to those friends saying, yeah, they should pay you more. You shouldn't be working hard like that. I would call off if I was you. Oh, you got your taxes? You got your tax return? You should call off. Yep, you got money. You good. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop surrounding yourself with people who don't have goals, people who aren't trying to get better. If that's your whole crew, if that's all the people you're hanging around, don't be surprised when they pull you down. Okay. Misery loves company. The problem is you don't recognize that some of your friends are miserable because they're always smiling. They're always drinking. They're the life of the party. So you don't know that they're miserable. But the reason they're joking all the time is to hide their misery. The reason they're drinking all the time is to hide their pain. So they're really deep down, they're miserable, and they try to invite you to the misery, the pity party, and you go. You accept the invitation. You RSVP, and you show up for the pity party, and you sit there and start pitying yourself. You got to stop that. You got to surround yourself with great people. Okay. I do everything I can to put myself around great people, and I give the people who I'm around as much honor and respect as I can. I am blown away at some of the people who have allowed me around them. That's how I feel about it. Like people who have done things before me, people who I look up to, it's people who may look up to me who I actually look up to them. They don't even realize how much I'm looking up to them. Right? Because I want to get better. I want to get sharper. I want to get stronger. I never think I've arrived. I'm always trying to get to another level. Okay. I'm always trying to do more things. All right. So think about that. Stop surrounding yourself with Tommy and Cole. If you want to excel in your career, start doing the things that nobody else does. All right. We got a question. All right. We got two questions. That's great. All right, Caleb, let's answer your question first. How do you find those individuals that have the same mindset? It's hard to find business-minded people connections. Kayla, LinkedIn. All right. Inbox me. We'll do a LinkedIn session. I got you. Okay. Everybody on LinkedIn is doing business. Everybody on LinkedIn is thinking business. They talking business. They posting articles. I know two ladies who I never met them. Met them on LinkedIn. Never met them before. Met them on LinkedIn. They started a business at the beginning of 2019. They now have hired 10 employees. They're traveling all over the country. They're making crazy money. They're both, I believe, single mothers. Both of their kids have some type of disability that they both dealt with. They met on LinkedIn, didn't know each other. 2019, early 2019, met each other on LinkedIn, connected, started a business, and now their business is booming. Their business is thriving. Their business is going. They met on LinkedIn. Okay. So business-minded people on LinkedIn, they don't have to be in your city. They could be anywhere around the country, anywhere around the world. I'm connected with people. I remember I wanted to get connected with people at Spotify, because Spotify is a business that like is serious about employee development, and that's something that I do, leadership development. And I connected with some people who worked at Spotify, and they were in like Switzerland or something. I don't know. We connected. I got connections in Germany. I got connections around the world. Okay, so I'm connected with people. I'm having conversations with people in California and all over the country and all over the world. Business-minded people are on LinkedIn. Not that they're not on other social media, but usually on other social media, they're trying to show you pictures of the kids, which is fine. But on LinkedIn, we talking business on LinkedIn. We making deals. We making moves. It's fun. I play LinkedIn like a video game. Like right now, normally right now this time of night, I might be sitting here playing LinkedIn. My wife knows I come down to my office. I'm like, I'm playing LinkedIn like Madden. I'm connecting to people, making moves, making connections. I'm working some stuff, y'all. Listen. Delta Airlines just gave out 1.3 or 1.6 billion dollars in employee bonuses in a profit sharing program. 1.6 or 1.3 billion dollars. Every employee is going to get like 16% more money in over one check or two checks. It's going to be the equivalent of 2 paychecks. That's a company I want to work with. That's a company I want to do some stuff with. So you think I started connecting with people at Delta? Absolutely. I got connections at Delta, and I did it my magic LinkedIn magic way, and I'm connected to some high-level people at Delta, and I'm gonna do some business with some people at Delta one day. Okay, so when Tyndale Training's up in Delta, I'll holler at y'all, let y'all know like it worked, because it works. Okay, so I'm working on that. Okay, great question, Kayla. Thank you so much for your question. Let's see here. We have Angelica said, with so many different business ideas, how do you figure out where to start? Well, first you got to start. Okay, a lot of people don't start anything. So I would say go for the low-hanging fruit. So there's something that you can figure out how to do now. Like start your business, create a business, go online and create your LLC or your sole proprietorship or whatever you want, S corp, whatever you want to do. Look those things up. Look on YouTube. Watch YouTube videos about what type of business you want to start. It's really simple. If you're in Ohio, you go to Ohio Business Gateway. It's like $100, $120. Other states, I'm sure it's similar. You set it up and you go. LegalZoom does it. There's another legal company somebody just told me about today that they use, and it set everything up for them for one locked in price. Just start thinking those things through. What service or what product are you going to bring to market, and what do you feel confident that you can bring to market sooner than later? Because even if the business you start isn't the business you end with, because think about this, Apple was not a music and TV company, but now Apple is sells more music and more streams than anybody. Apple was never created for that, but they evolved. So you can evolve and become what you want to become and become the business you hope to be. Okay. So you start with low-hanging fruit, start learning business, because the thing about doing it is as you go, you start to learn the tips and tricks. You figure out how to do a website, you figure out your sales taxes, you figure out all the little nuances that are going to help you be successful. I'm going to tell you the story of my wife starting a business one day. I'm going to make sure she's on here with me because she might be mad at me, but she started this little blog right after she had our daughter. And that's how she started a business and how I started a business. It all started from her starting a simple little blog. Okay. Another question here. Tiffany says, my degree is an intervention specialist. I work for the school district. And what I've noticed is that a lot of parents do not know how to get help now because I'm working in this field for so long. There are a lot of opportunities for parents to get people to come into the home and help them with their children. How do I help the school district as well as myself to give these parents opportunities for their children to become successful? Because once they get out of the school system, there's nowhere to go. Maybe that's what it says. I don't know. It got cut off in my stream. I'm sorry, because they have nowhere to go. So is that comment so big it's covering my face? Let me put that down. Was that covering my face? That was so big it was covering. What kind of mess? I didn't know the thing would do that. So anyway, how do you get ideas and opportunities? Well, Tiffany, I told somebody this earlier. If you have information that you know how to share, start sharing it on social media. Maybe you're already doing it, but show up like this. Start sharing information. Start telling people. If you don't want to go live, do a podcast. If you don't want to do videos, do blogs. If you just want to type it out, do something. Facebook is a microblog. Twitter is a microblog. Put out information. Start helping people. Let people see you as a thought leader. And then the children go somewhere. So when they're not in the school system, they're going somewhere. So if you want to follow on to college and do college stuff, or if you're saying you want to catch them at the preschool or the daycare or the YMCA, there's places to, or at the churches, there's places to catch children. Okay. So look for them in those places, but show up as a thought leader and people will invite you in. Volunteer and do something for free. that may give you an opportunity. And then the fact that you're working with a school district already gives you a level of credibility. So you just need to let people know, hey, I already work with school district. I'm already in there. Obviously, I'm qualified. I'm safe. Let me help you out. Okay. Parents need help. It's a huge need. There's a huge market for that. I love that. That would be great. Okay. With so many different business ideas, how do I figure out where to start? We answered that question. She typed it in again because she was trying to figure it out. LinkedIn, help me understand LinkedIn. All right. LinkedIn is about making connections. So let me give you guys a basic understanding of LinkedIn. And then I got another one, the same thing. Monique, hey, Monique. I need to start finding connections with other providers. I'm so interested in looking at my own practice, acute care visits in homes. Monique, I just talked to somebody about this today. Monique, I don't know why your picture didn't come up. What's going on there? Anyway, I just talked to somebody else about this. They're going to do Medicare stuff, but there's people out there trying to do this. You can do it yourself. I'm not saying you got to partner with somebody specifically, but those two ladies I was talking about earlier from LinkedIn, they started a medical billing company, and that's how they got started. And in a year, they have a viable, not even a viable business, a thriving business. These ladies are making moves, and I'm about to work with them to do some stuff. So I've already talked to them on the phone, and I'm about to connect with them again. I sent one of them a text message the other day, like, hey, we need to catch up because I got some stuff to pitch you. I'm going to pitch them some stuff, and we're going to do some business together. They do making moves. I see them making moves. I want to make moves with people making moves. We're going to make some moves together. Right? I'm not going to take over their business. I'm not going to take all their time. I'm not going to steal value. I'm going to add value. So I'm going to add value to their brand. I'm going to add value to their business. I'm going to help them make more money. And in turn, I'm going to make some money. Okay. So I'm going to do that. But absolutely. So LinkedIn, here's the basics. Number one, you got to get your profile optimized. That's the first thing I help people do is optimize your profile. You want to have it fully filled in. You want a background picture. You want a good headshot. You want to have a clear description of what you bring to the table, why you do, and how you do it. That's the kind of a formula. Why do I do what I do? How do I do it? What do I do? From Simon Sinek's concept, start with why. Thank you to everybody who's still on the broadcast. Thank you to people who are watching this by replay. Thank you to people who are watching this on YouTube. I hope if you're still following along, you're getting some good information here. Start with why. So that's one thing I help people put in on LinkedIn, and they optimize their profile. Then I help people get a strategy to connect to the people that are going to help them get where they want to go. I told you guys, I saw an article on CNN about Delta Airlines giving out over $1 billion in profit sharing. Those checks are coming soon. Well, I got some ideas for Delta Airlines and how I can help them do some greater things for their employees. So if you can give out $1 billion to your employees, I applaud it. And I want to work with you because I have some other great ideas. So I'm already working on it. I got some targets. I got targets on LinkedIn. They don't even know they're targets. They're looking at, I'm working the system so well. They're looking at my profile. Okay. So I'm moving up on them so well. I can now see that they're looking at my profile. They're checking me out. They don't even know I'm about to come with an ask. I want an ask. Me and Terrence Jones, shout out to my man Terrence Jones. We're always talking about what's the ask. When we meet people, when we do business, when we're trying to do something, like what's the ask? What are we asking for? And I'm not asking for a handout. I'm asking for something. I'm asking for an opportunity to present an opportunity so everybody can come out better. Okay. So Monique, Tiffany, LinkedIn, if you want to do LinkedIn training with me, let me know. Monique, your picture is showing up. It's just not showing up on my computer. I can see it over here on my phone. I just glanced over. That's awesome. Okay, great. All right, let's see what else we got. Kayla, thank you. That is awesome. I need some people in my corner that share the same mindset. I think this is a hindrance for me right now. Absolutely. I understand that. Kayla, me and my wife, we got you too. So, let's talk sometime. It is going to cost you just to talk to us, but still, it's worth it. No, we'll talk to you. It'll be cool. We'll work it out. All right. So let's see. Is premium? I like this. This is a great question, Angelica. Angelica, I hope I'm saying your name right. Angelica, I appreciate your participation tonight as well. I really do. Okay, so is a premium profile on LinkedIn worth it? Let me think. Yes and no. That's tough. Okay, you don't have to have it. Don't worry about investing in it. Don't fail to get on LinkedIn because you're worried about paying for it. 95%, 90% of what LinkedIn can do is free. It works free. It's all good. Some of the things I'm doing, I'm now paying the premium price of $69.99 a month or $79.99 a month or something crazy because I'm trying to make thousands and thousands of dollar deals. Okay. So I'm doing some stuff different. So I have a premium package with the sales navigator and all this other stuff. It's helping me make some of the moves I'm talking about. But I absolutely tell people that they don't have to use the premium. They do not have to get the premium. Okay, so don't worry about that. You can get your profile set up. You can connect with business leaders everywhere. I'm connected to people high up at Walmart, T-Mobile, UPS, American Airlines, Delta. I don't know. Like if I hear a company or think of something, I reach out to people. They're on there. You'd be shocked. And don't think I didn't send President Obama a friend request or a connection request. He ain't got back to me yet, but don't think I ain't trying. Okay. One night I just went after some celebrities. I'm connected to some celebrities, but I went after I'm like, go for President Obama, Serena Williams. I don't think they accepted yet, but I'm still working on it. So give me a minute. I'll let y'all know. Okay. But it's possible. Think about that. President Obama, former president, is on LinkedIn. Okay. So like, imagine all the people he's connected to. And here's another key part to LinkedIn. You can only connect to people within 2 or 3 degrees of you. So if you're connected to someone who's connected to someone, you can connect to their connections if they accept your connection and the people that those people are connected to. So if you're connected to me, I'm a first degree connection. All of my connections then become second degree connections. And all of that level of people's connections become third degree connections. If it's 4th, 5th, 6th degrees, you can't really connect to them unless you have a paid account. Then you can send them what's called an in-mail, and it's a whole different thing. But the opportunity connect comes from connections. So you need to get your connections up. One thing I tell everybody to do on LinkedIn, get your connections up over 500. Some people got 10, 17, 20. I work with people. I always laugh. If we work together on LinkedIn and you got 20 connections, I'm laughing. And we're going to have fun together. I'm not going to be mean, but I laugh. I'm always like, so 20 connections. You ain't connected. What? You got 10 times that on Facebook. What are you doing? Spend some time on LinkedIn. That's where it's happening. So, and about you, yes, I'll do that. We'll do, yes, Angelica, absolutely. Great question. Okay. And yes, you really need some help there, Tiffany. I'd be happy to help. Okay. So there's a small fee for my LinkedIn training, but it's well worth it. I'm telling you. I got a forward written to my book. Got a book around here somewhere. So I wrote this book in 2015, The Man Manual, 10 Steps to Better Understanding Your Man. If you don't got my book, why don't you have my book? Why don't you buy my book? It's on my website, tyndaletraining.com, lucastyndale.com. You can go to that. You can go to Amazon and get it. You can get the Kindle version. You can get it. Get my book, right? But I wrote it in 2015. The guy who wrote the forward, his name is Stefan Labossiere, okay? If you haven't heard of him, check him out at Stefan Speaks. He's doing big things. He went on tour this summer. He went on tour with that guy, Derek Jackson. I don't really like Derek Jackson, to be honest. I didn't go to that tour, but he did his own tour after that. I went to Detroit. He let me speak on his stage real quick, and I checked him out. He's an amazing guy. Crazy part is, I wrote that book in 2015. He wrote the forward back then, and I didn't meet him until 2019. I never met him face-to-face before. How did I meet the guy who wrote the forward to my book, who's selling thousands of books every month, who's making enough money just to live off of his book sales? How did I meet him? LinkedIn back in 2015. I've been on LinkedIn. I've been making moves on LinkedIn, so I can help you guys figure this LinkedIn thing out. It's powerful. Okay. I got a job through LinkedIn. I had a job. I saw a job that I wanted. Okay. At a company in consulting. I had never done consulting. So I saw the job online. I applied for the job. I started to go through the interview process. As I was getting through the interview process, it kept getting harder and harder. The next level interview, or the interview process, was going to be an 8-hour interview with role plays and assessments. It was about to be crazy. I had no idea how I was going to make it through that, right? So I went on LinkedIn and found people who used to work there because I thought they could help me. Found a lady named Kelly Baxter. Shout out to Kelly if she's on here. I know we're friends on Facebook. She lives in Florida. She knew somebody who I knew. I talked to the person who I knew that knew Kelly. And I said, do you mind if I reach out to Kelly and tell her that I know you? She said, no problem. That's linking in. So one of the people I knew face-to-face, live, real person I knew, other person I had never met. So I reached out to Kelly. I said, Kelly, I know Cindy. I'd love to talk to you. I have this interview tomorrow. I need some help. She was like, call me. Called her. She gave me the inside track. She told me how it worked. She didn't give me the answers to the test because it was role plays and all this stuff, but she helped me understand what it took to get the job. So I went in there much more prepared, much more confident. That was through LinkedIn. Got a great job, traveled all over the country, learned to do consulting, training, speaking. A lot of stuff that I do now started there because of that, okay? My next job, I got recruited by a company who saw me on LinkedIn. They saw me on there as a corporate trainer. They saw my information. They called me. They recruited me. I went to this new job in healthcare. Salary was great. Things were great. They laid me off eventually. In October, they just laid me off after 15 months. But I made good money. I had a good time. I learned some new things. Now I can dabble in the healthcare space now with consulting and other things. And at the end of the day, them laying me off was a true blessing because now I'm doing this. Now I'm free. Now I wake up in the morning, go to the gym, come home, work on my own stuff, go to companies that I'm working with. My life is good. Okay. And I'm grateful for that opportunity. How did that start? LinkedIn, ladies and gentlemen. So I recommend everybody get on there, get serious about it. When I tell you to get on LinkedIn, I'm not saying it because I get paid for it, even though I'm working on that too. I'm not saying it for any other reason except I want everybody to win. I want to help people in relationships because I have a wonderful relationship and I want to help other people have love. I want to help people have career success and personal success and business. That's my heart. That's who I am. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Ultimately, I'm going to be a philanthropist. I'm going to spend my life giving my time, talent, and treasure away for free eventually. Okay, and it ain't gonna be long. I'm already starting. Look at this philanthropy. I'm giving away free advice, right? So that's what I'm called to do. That's what I believe I was created to do. So God is going to bless me with amazing finances and success because He wants to use me to give money to other people and invest in other people's businesses and ideas and help children and people in poverty and all the stuff that I was. I grew up in poverty. I didn't have stuff. So I want to give back. Okay, I got community Christmas. I want to give more to community Christmas. I want to help people out. God is going to bless me to do that. I'm excited about it. He's going to help me. He's going to bless me. He already has. And I can't wait to do more. So I want to help more people. If there's something you believe I can help you with, inbox me. I'll send you pricing. I think it's fair to invest. You're not investing in me. You're investing in yourself. So if you want a great service and you want something that's going to help you be successful, you have to be willing to invest in yourself. Okay. And I'd love to help everybody. I'll jump on here from time to time and give free advice. I love to do it. I love helping people. I want everybody to win. So thank you guys so much for being on the broadcast. Again, if you're watching this by replay, thank you so much. If you're watching this live on Facebook or YouTube, thank you for being here. For all those who ask questions, I greatly appreciate it. I'm very excited about everything going on, and I'm excited about helping you. I'm excited about your success. January is almost gone, ladies and gentlemen. 2020 is on the move. January is almost done. What are you doing to have the life that you want? What are you doing differently? I challenge everybody. I talk about my fitness journey. I'm at the gym at 5 in the morning. Do I love going to the gym? Nope. Just shot a video about it the other day. Hate it. I got to get up in a few minutes, it feels like. It's 9 o'clock, and I got to get up in 10 minutes, it feels like. It's going to be time to get up before I know it. 4:40 or something, I got to leave for the gym. But it's worth it because I have goals. So I push other people to have the success that they want as I work hard myself to reach the success and do the things that I hope to do. So thank you guys for being on the broadcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Inbox me any questions you may have. I look forward to talking to you guys again. Thank you guys for joining the broadcast. Everybody, have a great day.